Welcome back to Mini Mayhem. I'm Vox, and I want to deliver another quick theory before this week's batch of episodes, as it actually pertains to one of them. Now, spoilers ahead, even though what I'm discussing stems from episode descriptions, this will be your last chance to just get out, make a vote for it. You've been warned. Alright, with all that said, let's dive in. So, I've discussed before the possibility of Marco Diaz having some human blood in his lineage. I speculated that this could come from his mother Angie's side, and there are bits and pieces throughout the series and the Book of Spells that could possibly allude to that revelation. However, if you want the full scoop on why Marco could be half human, go check out that theory, then come back here. However, at the end of that theory, I suggested that perhaps Marco Jr. will be the key to revealing that Marco is not fully human. That maybe when Marco Jr. is born, the infant will have cheek marks, cluing everyone in on what's going on. However, now we have a bit of an update to that I feel could support the theory more than anything. So, one of the episode segments that aired this week is titled Gone Baby Gone, which a lot of us figured out would be a Meteor episode, but with the information we have now, a lot more could be at play. So, the synopsis reads, Marco misplaces both Mariposa and Meteora somewhere in Hegapoo's dimension. Wait, what, Mariposa? Who the heck is Mariposa? Well, I'll tell you who it is. Given this episode's title, and the fact that Marco misplaces both of them, I think it's safe to assume that Mariposa is the actual name of Marco Jr. That the episode that accompanies Gone Baby Gone, Doop Doop, will see the birth of Marco's sibling, or when they get back to Earth, surprise Marco, you missed a birth in the family, don't you feel awful, haha. And they'll realize, wait, Marco Jr. isn't a boy? That's a girl. Our child is a girl. To which they'll go, well, you know, we can't really just name a girl Marco Jr. Wait, can we? And they'll decide on another name, Mariposa. Now, what's the significance of the name Mariposa? And how could this allude to Marco having some human in his blood? Well, if you've been around in the Star fandom for a while, then you'll recognize the name Mariposa. A lot of people have given the name Mariposa to whom they imagine Star and Marco's child will look like. Why the name Mariposa? Because it's Spanish for butterfly. That's it. We gotta figure it out. Shut it down right there. You can go home, guys. Alright, jokes aside, Mariposa being Spanish for butterfly, in a show where the main character's family, who are proficient magic users, have the last name Butterfly, on top of everything else we discussed on why Marco could be human. Now listen, it truly could be a coincidence. It could just be the Diaz's paying tribute to Star. That is 100% possible. But what if it's because she's a human? Half human? A quarter human? You guys get what I mean. What if she can proficiently use magic? And what if there's a relation to Eclipsa? Haha, great question. Well, this is where I think Hegapoo's dimension could come into play. Now, this episode could just be shenanigans in the Neverzone. After all, we know the place is dangerous. It's definitely not approved for babies. Even if Meteora can take care of herself because, oh my god, that baby is powerful. But there's something else about Hegapoo's dimension. The main thing that probably pops into all of our heads. Adult Marco. Any trip to the Neverzone means we get to see that stud muffin. But out of all the dangerous dimensions they could have left Meteora and Mariposa at, the writers chose the Neverzone. Very interesting. Well, on one hand, we could definitely see someone like Higgs, who ran off to the Neverzone at the end of the night shift, saying there was nothing left for her in Muni, and maybe this episode could see Marco bringing her back to Muni, but I want to explore the possibility of some sort of gag where Marco proclaims it could take years to find them, and then we get a cue card that says 5 years later, 10 years later, 15 years later, where Marco finally finds Meteora and Mariposa, only to discover they're much older, and they both have their cheek marks. Dun dun dun! This would also be a clever way to reveal, oh my goodness, Marco's sister is a human? But what does that mean for Marco? It could even be something they reveal to the audience, but not Marco and Star themselves. Or maybe Marco's like, oh my god, I don't know what this means, but I'm just not gonna tell Star because as soon as I walk out of this portal, those cheek marks are gonna be gone. Or again, maybe it'll just be a fun episode of Meteora and Mariposa and the Neverzone, where we get to see Hegapoo, we get to see Higgs, and we get to see Adult Marco Stud Muffin. But this is where I turn the conversation over to you guys. What do you think? Could Mariposa have any magic in her? What do you expect to happen in Gone Baby Gone? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for my own thoughts, you can find me at OstricVlogs. We're also on Instagram. Help the Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please sort of like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. OstricVlogs, signing out.